Hello, everyone, and good morning, almost afternoon. My name is Brianna Mosier with the Flint and Genesee Group, and we're so excited to be here today announcing another round of funding for the Moving Flint Forward grant program in partnership with General Motors. Today's presentation is going to walk through the program, grant requirements, the application process, and what this entire experience will look like for our participants. With me, I have a few of my colleagues who are very involved in the program, and without further ado, because I know we are a few minutes late, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Eric to get us started with an agenda overview and with the presentation. So Eric, take it away.
Thanks, Bree. Hello, everyone. My name is Eric Anderchuk. I'm the Director of Grants and Development at the Flint and Genesee Group. Along with me is Tracy Joseph. Hi, Tracy. How's it going?
Good.
Good. Tracy is pretty much our lead program staff person, the person that you'll be working with the most if you are selected to be part of the Moving Flint Forward grant program. Today, we'll be going over what the purpose of this program is and what the vision that General Motors and the Economic Alliance has for Moving Flint Forward. What are the eligibility requirements to join and participate? We'll also be going over a new component this year, which we'll get to shortly. We'll go over the grant amounts and how you get those payments. That's important to know. The application process is also online again, as it has been in the past year. So we'll go over that and what is needed and what steps you'll take once you submit the application, how long you'll be waiting to hear from us, and so on. What are the requirements of the grant? So we'll go over that as well. It requires some participation in certain aspects. So we'll make sure you know what that is ahead of time. And then we'll discuss also how the committee will be selecting the grantees and what is being scored. And then lastly, we'll go over the timeline. So you'll know exactly when the application process is due and what are the requirements throughout the rest of the year. So let's go on to the next slide. Just again, quick introductions. I'm Eric Anderchuk, the Grants and Development Director. So I'll be working a little bit more behind the scenes along with Tyler Rossmessler, who is not here today, but he is the Executive Director of the Flint and Genesee Economic Alliance. This program lives under that division of the group. And so he is someone that you might see from as part of this process. I think the person that you'll see the most is Tracy. Tracy, again, is our business support manager, and she will be working with you one-on-one and also will be helping out in any other capacity as it comes to the paperwork and the submission of the payment details. Another familiar face, of course, is Brianna Mosier. She is the Director of Organizational Development, and she helps us out with scheduling the expert speakers that will be part of the cohort trainings and cohort meetings that you'll be hearing about as well. And so you'll see her face quite often. And then Kathy George, I don't have her picture, but she kind of is also someone that you'll get to know as well as part of the process. Next slide, please. So the purpose of the Moving Flint Forward grant program is really a collaborative partnership between General Motors and the Flint and Genesee Economic Alliance. It's designed to give small businesses that boost that they need to get them stabilized into the next phase of their business plan. So we want to help support revitalization efforts across the city. So we'll be making sure that these grantees are selected on a geographic basis as well. So we want to make sure that we're reaching into all four corners, northwest, south, and east, so that we have representation from all corners of the city. And then again, we're really excited to hear what your business plan is and how you want to make your business grow, which is really what this whole program is about. So we're excited to hear from you, and we're excited to understand what it is you want to do with these funds. Just a quick note, this is not a direct COVID relief grant. So if your business is really struggling from the pandemic still, this is not designed to really help you out of that bucket. We are really looking for businesses that have stabilized since then and are looking to grow their business and hire new employees, get new products on their shelves, or take their the facade or the aesthetics of their business to the next level. So this is really about moving your business forward and growing your business. Next. Excuse me. So some eligibility requirements. So who can Who can apply for the grant program? First off, you must own and operate a business within the city of Flint. So we are going by the city of Flint borders. So if you are unsure, please take a look at a map. You might have a Flint address, but not be in the actual city of Flint. So please make sure that you look and make sure that you are indeed inside the boundaries. Business owners must be an adult. Last year we did have a couple of minor supplies, so we want to make sure that you are 18 years or older. Your business must have fewer than 20 employees. That is the way that we are determining what a small business is for this grant program. There are other definitions out there, but we want to make sure that we are truly hitting the small businesses of Flint. You must have been in business for at least a year and can provide at least 1 year of tax returns. So 2021 would be the latest tax return we would accept. We'll not be asking for this as part of the application, but later on, once you have received notification from Tracy that your business is moving on to the review process. So you don't have to have it for the actual submission, but it's good to have it in hand so that when we do ask you, you are ready to go. The business cannot be a franchise or a nonprofit organization, so it must be a truly for-profit business. And a business plan is expected as part of the submission. Again, it's not going to be something you turn in with the application, but Tracy will be reaching out to get this business plan and the financials from you once you've been vetted and that we are sure that you are a business, that we'll be moving you forward to the review selection process. And you also must be in good standing, not in bankruptcy at the date of submission. The business owners must not be on any state lists, such as the state police sex offender registry, or there's a terrorist list out there that we also will be checking against as well. So just a couple of eligibility requirements that you should keep in mind as you apply for the program. Next slide, please. Also, what's new this year? So this year, as part of the program, General Motors wanted to see us expand and scale up the program. And one of the big things that they wanted us to do was to include some alumni in the program as well. So if you have received a Moving Flint Forward grant before, you are eligible to apply. The grants for alumni of the program will be up to $5,000, not the $10,000 that the new cohort grantees will be selected. But there will be 6 grants that we will give alumni based on the review process, and they will receive up to $5,000. It's the same eligibility requirements as before and the same application process as new applicants. So there's nothing new there. So we'll just need you to update your information and submit an application as an alumni. There will be a button for you to click that indicates you are an alumni, and then there'll be a specific question that will be asking alumni as part of that process. So make sure that you look for that and answer that question as best as you can. It'll be for the same allowable use of funds. There'll be the same reporting requirements and the same cohort attendance requirements as well. So basically, if you are an alumni, you'll be applying and participating in every aspect as you did before. And then lastly, for alumni grants, we'll be paying those in 2 installments. So you'll get the first half of that grant up front, so the first $2,500 once you sign the grant agreement, and then we'll give you the remaining $2,500 once you've finished your project. So it is reimbursable in that sense that you must finish the whole entire project before you get that last payment. So just be aware of that. I'm going to hand it over to Tracy to maybe cover the next slide for me. So go ahead, Tracy.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here. So the application process is pretty simple. There's some standard questions that you should answer, yes or no. And if you answer them correctly, the application will pop up automatically. And if you don't have a business plan and you check that no box, I'm going to follow up with you right away and send a template out so that you can find the right resources to get you started on that process. So don't get discouraged if you don't get it, because I'm watching them as they come in. So ready to help in that space as well. I'd also like to say that the applications are due on Wednesday, March 22nd at 5 o'clock. So either mail them, bring them in, email them, scan them. I've had those taking pictures of their business plan, and I muddle through and I get them in the right folder, but just make sure that they are in the office by 5 o'clock in my lab. And then we will announce the grantees in mid to late April. But you can always call. You can reach out to the help desk. Send me an email if you have any questions. Those of you that have worked with me know that I'm pretty quick to respond. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And the next slide, please. Would you like me to continue, Eric? Okay, so each grantee that is selected will be awarded $10,000 for the following. As Eric said prior, to expand your business, to make repairs, leasehold improvements, to purchase inventory or supplies, equipment, and they're not to be used to pay federal, state, local taxes, or any debt that has already incurred. So we don't want you to pay off a credit card or your taxes through the county or the state. They will be paid in 3 installments. The first 40% will be distributed immediately when the grant agreement is signed. And then after that, we'll have a interim report that I will visit with you and talk with you and see how things are going, see how your progress is going with the grants. And then there will be a 30% that will be distributed. And after that, as we still hang out and talk about your project, there'll be a final report. Please don't overthink this final report. It's not scary. And I will once again help you through that. So, and that will be your final payment. So the requirements, you have to attend the 4 mandatory cohort meetings. They're a lot of fun. There's networking. If you've talked to any of the other past alumni, they meet each other. They switch business cards. They merge businesses. They share their goods. So it's kind of a really cool gathering for you to attend. And then I mentioned the interim report, which is due by August 1st. And then the final report, our grant closes on December 1st. So that's when your final report will be due. And you can also finish your project early. If you're looking to do a roof, that's fine. Usually there's a down payment and then the final payment. If it only takes 3 months, that's okay. We'll work with you through the whole process. So we want you to participate as much as you can, and we will be available for videos and stories. We put your stories out just because we love to watch you grow and see what's happening. So we want to make sure that we're capturing all those success stories. Eric, I'll let you do the committee and evaluation process. Yes?
Thanks, Tracy. Yep. We have a review committee and an evaluation process that we will be conducting as we select the different grantees. So we have asked several community members. There'll be a representative from General Motors, some of the philanthropic foundations in the area. We have a faith-based leader and some other bankers that will be a part of our review committee. And they will be looking at your application materials that you send us. So we'll be looking at that narrative application, the questions that you answer as part of that. We'll be looking at your business plan. So make sure that your business plan is up to date and ready to go. And again, if you don't have one, you can ask Tracy for assistance and she will help connect you either with a template or to the right people that will help you write that business plan out fully. And then we'll also can help you with the other parts of the application too. So, and just to mention, do not ask or do not pay anybody to assist you with the application process. We've made it pretty simple. There are people out there that are trying to scam. So if you need assistance, call us. We will help you with the application free of charge. No charges whatsoever. But we will be looking at the following criteria as we go through your application materials. So one, we want to know about your business history. So we want to know how long have you been in Flint? What kinds of things do you sell or produce? What kind of services do you offer? Why did you get into business? What is it about this community that really has you interested in being part of the business community? So we really want to hear the history of why you are here and what you're doing. Secondly, we're going to look at the business plan and future potential. So we know that businesses that succeed plan for the future and they make sure that they're well aware of what the community looks like that they are existing in. So a business plan is critical to the success of your business, and we want to know that you have that in hand and that you have your future sustainability in mind. So that's a big part of the application process. Economic hardship. So we want to know, why are you asking for the grant? We just want to know that your business has maybe had some hardship in the past, and that's why you're looking for some grant funds. Um, but we're not putting a lot of emphasis on the economic hardship because we want to make sure that we're selecting businesses that are stable and ready to grow and move up. So that's more for us to know about where you're coming from and why you're asking for the grant funds. The other large component of the application that will be scored heavily is the use of funds. So we want to hear what is it that you're trying to do with your project in the grant funds. We want to hear that there's some alignment between the expressed scope of work and the need that you express, the economic hardship, and the proposed fund usage. So we want to know that you've looked at the prices and estimates for the project that you're doing, and that you have a plan in mind to spend these grant dollars, and that you're using them as appropriately as we have indicated in our guidelines. So there will be a budget template attached to the application, and that will be part of the process. And we want to just know that you've put some effort and some thought into planning this grant project. We will also be looking at financials or tax returns. As we said, we just want to know that your business is a legitimate business that has completed 1 year of tax returns, and that there's just a little bit of stability. The one fear that we have is we don't want to grant someone dollars and then have them go out of business midway through the process. So we just want to make sure that you are a legitimate business, and that you do have some stability to get you through the next couple years. Lastly, General Motors has indicated to us, and also we are very much in favor of this, of supporting minority-owned businesses, and at least 75% of the businesses we select must be minority-owned. And so that will be part of the application. You will self-identify your minority status, and that will allow us to know that we are moving forward with businesses that fit our criteria. There is a scoring rubric template available on the website where the application is. So if you are curious as to see how we'll be scoring, go ahead and take a look at that, and that will help you really understand how to fill out the application. Next.
I can take the timeline, Aaron.
Okay.
So we announced the program on March 2nd in the afternoon. And the applications must be in the office by 5 o'clock on March 22nd. The review committee will start to receive the application materials by April 20th or so, as quickly as I can get them all together. We will be announcing the grantees mid to late April. The interim report, once again, is due August 1st, and I will help you through that and make sure that it's turned in on time. And then the final report is due December 1st. And once again, there is help here. I'm not going to leave you stranded. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, let's go ahead and open it up for questions at this time. If you guys are watching online, please feel free to drop those in the comments and we'll address them that way. I have a couple of things just to get us started while these questions hopefully roll in. One thing I'm very excited about, I'm excited about a lot of things when it comes to this program. I have to say it is definitely one of my favorite parts of the programs that we run here at the group and with Economic Alliance. But the Alumni Grants is just such an awesome opportunity for past recipients to receive additional funding and get to go through this experience again with a whole new cohort. Would you agree, Tracy?
Oh, absolutely.
It's a
Yep.
lot of fun. And like she said, those cohort meetings, I don't want that to be a discouragement to you applying, because we do have a lot of fun. We're not coming together just to meet for the sake of meeting. Those are professional development opportunities for you. And we know the time away from your business, like, time is money. We understand that, but we also understand the importance of you all as business owners taking the time to develop yourself, to continue to grow, to build your network. And we're very excited to help provide that opportunity to you. I love seeing the way that our cohort members come together to, like you said, exchange business cards and, find different resources within their network. It is just extremely valuable for the participants that come through. Not mentioned on the timeline, but worth noting, our first cohort meeting will be mid-May, and you will receive all of the dates for those cohort meetings once you are approved or receive funding for the program. So you'll know upfront every single meeting that we're going to have, so that you can pre-plan ahead for those. And then also not mentioned in the timeline, which I think is so important to mention here, we have a couple of office hours coming up to assist you. So I'm going to be dropping in the comments a link so that you can connect with Tracy one-on-one if you need that type of assistance. But on March 9th, so coming up this Thursday, we're going to have a virtual office hours where you can pop in, ask questions about the application process or any technical assistance that you might need. And then we'll also be in person on Monday, March 13th in the afternoon at Burston Fieldhouse. So if you go to the website that I dropped in the comments here, developflintgenesee.org/moving Flint forward, you'll see links to both of those calendar events so that you can plan on joining us for additional assistance.
Bree, I've made a change as of Friday. I'm going to be there every Monday at Burston.
Oh, great.
From noon to 3.
Great. Every Monday, noon to 3. I'll get all of those dates on the calendar starting today. So the link that I dropped in the chat was one of the links that was referenced on the slide that Tracy was presenting on. All of this information is available online there. We just wanted to make sure that we had the opportunity to present it to you all so that you could ask questions if you have any. And I see we do have a couple of questions coming in here now. I'm just getting on. What are the grants for and who qualifies for the grant? So great question. This video will be recorded and available on our social media platforms and on YouTube so that you can go back and rewatch. But this is the Moving Flint Forward grant program. Eric, you want to just give the quick 5-second recap of what this program is covering?
Yep, absolutely, Bree. So the grants are for business growth efforts. So if you need new equipment, new inventory, you want to do some work on your facade or your visual aesthetics inside, these are all business growth opportunities that you can use these funds for. You can't use it to pay for past debts, so it has to be something looking forward. And who qualifies for the grants? They are small businesses that are 20 or less employees, and you must be located within the boundaries of the city of Flint, and you must be an adult. So those are pretty much the basic qualifications and what the grant can be used for.
Thank you. And like I said, all of that is covered in the video, so you can feel free to go back and watch it, but also click that link in the comments, developflintgenesee.org/moving Flint forward for all of those details. Ray, great question here. Do you have to be a grantee to attend the cohort meetings? You do have to be a grantee in order to attend the cohort meetings. However, the Flint and Genesee group hosts workshops and professional development opportunities similar to these all throughout the year, and those can be found at flintandgenesee.org/training. We're always looking for new speakers. We're always looking for new workshop topics. And there are a lot of other organizations in the community who host trainings and workshops and webinars specific to small businesses. So if there's something that you're not finding, please feel free to reach out at any time and we'll get you connected in the right place. Another question here, would you accept businesses that have only been in business a year but have not filed taxes yet? And what are the requirements around that, Eric or Tracy?
Yeah, absolutely. So we do require that you have been in business for at least a year and that you can provide either a year of tax returns or financial statements that you've had. So if you've not filed tax returns, if you have a year of financial statements that you can provide as well, that would work in this scenario. But yes, you must be a business that has been in existence for one complete year so that we know that you're legitimate and that you are, you're moving towards growing.
And this is another question sort of along those lines. This is an individual who has their home address in Mount Morris as their business address, so they would not qualify, correct, Eric? Is that outside of the parameters?
Yep, correct. Your business must have a Flint address located within the city of Flint boundaries. But you did bring up a good point, Kat, is that we do accept home-based businesses. So if you are a home-based business that is located in the city of Flint, you can apply. It does not have to be a brick and mortar store. It can be something that is a home-based. It just has to have, legitimate business licensing and all that good stuff. So we do accept home-based businesses.
Yeah, and so for our last two questions, while unfortunately this grant opportunity might not be the right fit, as Eric mentioned, Tracy is our guru in all things small business, and she's here to help you, whether it be with this program or these, types of situations. You're looking to purchase a building, you're looking for some type of funding or technical assistance. I'm going to be dropping a link in the chat to connect with Tracy one-on-one. So whether it be for this grant program or just for your small business needs, she's a great resource for you to reach out to assist in these areas. And speaking of assistance, great question here. Will you assist with business plans, and how can we use the grant to start up?
I do not write business plans, but I do have resources for those that will help you do it. And it is free of charge. So once again, do not pay anyone at this point for this grant to help you write a business plan. Also, can the grant be used to start up? You have to be in business for a year, and we want to make sure that that's solid. And if you have not filed tax returns yet, we are looking for a year's worth of financials to make sure that there's some growth that can grow more.
Good. And we have someone here in the comments that says, I will be reaching out to Tracy. Yes, like I said, if it's for this grant program or not, Tracy is here to assist you and your small business needs, again, at no charge. Like, this is free assistance to get you to where you need to be. And talk around town. If you have a network of other small business owners, chances are someone has worked with Tracy at some point. So her reputation definitely precedes her, and she's here to help. The link that I just dropped in the chat, developflintgenesee.org/small business help desk. There's a calendar link on there so you can get time on Tracy's schedule right away to work with her. So thank you for all of these great questions. We have a couple of additional questions here coming in. Will you have grants for nonprofits in the near future? So nonprofits do not qualify for this specific grant opportunity. Eric, anything you want to say on this question?
It depends. I would say most likely we will not have any grants for nonprofits in the near future. We typically support businesses as part of the business community for the Flint and Genesee group, but there are several nonprofit funding sources available in Flint. Check out your local philanthropic organizations such as the Community Foundation of Greater Flint. They do their neighborhood small business program and other nonprofit grants throughout the year. So look at the other funders in the area for nonprofit specific stuff.
And go ahead, Tracy.
I'm sorry. I would just like to add as well some of the resources that are available. Is there are education and training? There's a grant writing 101 and 201 that's available for you to take that class. And I hope you weren't going to talk about that, Bree.
I was going to, because if you're looking for funding for your nonprofit, I know this could be very difficult, and not everyone is fortunate enough to have someone who's running the nonprofit, someone who's writing grants. A lot of times it's just you doing that. But we do have these workshops in place to assist you in that. Grant writing is always so popular, and it's coming up right away within the next, I want to say, month and a half or so. We have 2 sessions coming up this spring, so I'm going to drop another link in the chat for you guys to head over to our website, flintgenesee.org/training, where you can find all of those upcoming workshops. And again, a great opportunity to network with a cohort of individuals who are coming from a nonprofit, who are looking to obtain grants, might have experience in this already. So all of these professional development opportunities serve a dual purpose as networking for you, your business, your nonprofit. So we hope that you can make it there.
And also, I'd like to add that the city of Flint is a part of the Navigator program, and they are working with different organizations and our partners to help nonprofits. So if you would like to be connected with the specialist at the city of Flint for small businesses, I'd be happy to connect you with them as well.
Great. All about making connections. I love it. We've got another question here. I have a seasonal business. Can I still apply?
Absolutely. We just would want to make sure that your business has been in business for at least a year. So as long as it's a business that has some, some history behind it, yeah, seasonal businesses would be definitely part of that.
And we've got another question here regarding a specific type of business. Is beautification such as parking lot and signage qualifying? So does it qualify?
Yes, yes. So those are definitely allowable uses of the grant funding. This would be a competitive grant application, so you're going to be applying for against multiple possible grantees. So the more impactful your project is in terms of the business stability and what it does for the community is going to probably weigh heavy on that. So those are absolutely allowable uses. And I can see that the next question down is for, can you use grant funds for trainings? And that's another thing too. If you have a training or some kind of consultant need that you are looking for in your business, that is another allowable use. We would encourage you to apply for any of these examples.
And like I said, reach out to Tracy because she'll help walk you through the process. She'll let you know if this qualifies, if this is appropriate usage before you submit that and get turned away. We want to make sure that we're helping to set you up for success. So Tracy can help walk you through this process. Can we talk a little bit more, Eric, about the documents that can be shown as financial statements?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're looking for tax returns. So first and foremost, if you do have that on hand, we would love to have your most recent filed tax return as a indication of your business legitimacy and stability. And also then, if you don't have a tax return, we'll take financial statements, which usually include like profit loss statements. If you're comfortable providing your business banking account information, that would also be acceptable. But we really don't want to get too deep into your financials. So, these are just really for us to understand that you are a business and that you have some stability to go forward with. So those would be the documents that we would look at. Tracy, do you have anything else that you would add to that?
Yes, I would like to add one thing. If you do not have a business bank account, please get one. The checks will be made out to your business, and through a W-9 will also need to be signed. If you use your social security number as your sign in for your business, that's fine. But please try and get that business banking account. If you are Joe Smith DBA, that's fine as well. We will making sure that is legitimate, but business banking account is a lot easier for you and for us.
Great, thank you. We've got another question here. What are your turnaround times on grant and loan funding?
Yep, so the grant is due March 22nd, and we hope to have the review committee working on the selection process in the first couple of weeks of April. And we hope to have awarded and notified the grantees by the end of April that they have been selected for the process. So as long as everything stays on time, we should be letting you know late April and having that first check in your hands mid-May at that first cohort meeting.
That is so great. And again, as a condition of this grant agreement, those. I think I made a cutout there. But we've got another question here. From Jennifer again in regards to financials, profit and loss statements, balance sheets, or both.
I would actually prefer both. The balance sheet is also very handy to me. So if you don't have those tax returns, all two of those would be great. Thank you.
Great. And then going back to the training question, if your company is a body shop per se, can you use the funds for additional training for newer employees?
Yeah, absolutely. It is a perfect use of upskilling your employees so that they have the best possible skills that they can use on on your job. So if you can train your employees up, that's a great use of funds.
And GST Michigan Works might also be a great resource for upskilling and training. If you're interested in connecting with someone there, connect with Tracy and we'll make sure that we get you over to the right person. All great ways to grow your business for sustainability, though, definitely. All right, we are coming up on 45 minutes here. Let's just give a couple of seconds for additional questions in the comment. Where can you get the application? Great question. I will go ahead and drop that link in the comments again. Tracy, anything else that you want to remind our viewers on the application process as we wrap up today?
When you're when you're answering the initial questions to get the application, if you do not have a business plan, I'm following you as they come in, and I will connect with you to make sure that you are getting a template and you're getting connected with the right partners to help you. So be aware of that. If your business plan needs brushed up on, but you have one, it's okay. We'll make sure that you get it brushed up. If you have any questions about your business story, please reach out because I have some tips and tricks that may soften your application and make it warm and fuzzy. Sometimes they like that. The other thing I would like to mention is I will be at Burston every Monday, starting today until the application closes. So from noon until 3. So come on up, and we'll figure it out.
Great. Thank you so much, Tracy. Dominique is asking here, what is Tracy's contact information? Again, I'm going to post the link to our small business help desk. That will be the easiest way to connect you with Tracy. Her information is on that webpage as well. So you can book time on her calendar right there, or you can reach out to her via email or phone. And then it looks like we've got an additional follow-up question here regarding business plans. So is the business plans the same as the application? Because it only let me download the business plan, not an application.
Nope. The application is something that you'll get once you answer those questions. And that is like basically a cover page that has like, what's your contact information? And these are the narrative questions that we want. The business plan is something separate that Tracy will reach out to you specifically once you've submitted an application and that we've vetted your business, and she'll ask for the business plan and some financial documents that we can attach to the application. So it is different. Fill out your application as best you can to your ability, submit, and then once we have reviewed it, then Tracy will ask for that business plan and those financial documents. So application, once you get through that process, then we'll ask for business plan and financial documents.
Great. Cindy, I see you're on with GST Michigan Works, so hopefully you heard that training question. Cindy Thornthwaite here in the comments would be a great person for you to touch base with regarding training and upskilling your newer employees. And we've got one final question coming in here. If the business has been established over a year outside of Flint, but has intentions to expand to Flint, will this qualify?
We would like to see that your business is already in Flint. This is really to support City of Flint businesses. So, if you've got like some documentation that shows that you will be in the city quickly, like a lease application or a lease agreement, that might be something we consider, but you really need to be in the city at the time of application.
And again, going back to that reminder, if this grant opportunity is not the right fit for you and your business at this time, touch base with Tracy because she might have other resources that will help you expand into Flint as you intend to do in the future.
And I do.
And she does. Great. All right. Well, it is going to be a very busy month for our team here, vetting all of these applications, reaching out, assisting. We have as I mentioned, virtual office hours coming up this Thursday. So if you get into the grant and you have some additional questions, please feel free to sign up and attend that. The information can be found on the application webpage. We also will be at Burston Fieldhouse from 12 to 3 every Monday between now and application close. So again, we are here to help set you up for success. If you have questions at any time, please know you're not in it alone. Reach out to Tracy or our team and we'll make sure that we get you to the right person. Whew, lots of information, but very exciting things to come. If you have additional questions, like I said, reach out to Tracy. But if we have people watching this video on the recording or afterwards, we'll be monitoring the chat, the comments here, so that we can come back and address your questions as they come in. But with that, we'll go ahead and let you about the rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining us. Eric, Tracy, any other closing words that you want to mention before we wrap up here?
We're really excited to learn about your business and help and support it in any way possible. So we're excited to see you apply. So again, the deadline is March 22nd. So we're looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And I'm handy.
Yes, she is. And again, one big, huge thank you to General Motors for their continuing support of this program and the opportunity to grow this program with some of our alumni participants this year. Jennifer, I will give you Tracy's email address in just a second here. But again, if you scroll up in the chat, developflintgenesee.org/small business help desk, that'll be a great way to get in touch with her. But as we wrap up here, I'll drop her email address in the chat. All right. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks.
Bye.